Alright, this video is going to help you with using Logger Pro to help analyze your graph. So first of all, you want to pull up Logger Pro so that you have this screen. Next thing you want to do is you need to go up to your insert function and you want to insert a movie. So from here you're going to find the place where you saved your video and you're going to click the open button. So I saved mine on the desktop. And I have mine here, so I just go click and go open. So what it's going to do is going to take the video and actually put it in the screen for you. So if yours is really large like this one, you can click and you can drag it and move the video around to where you need it to be. Alright, so once we have this, at the bottom down here we have a tool. This is called our video analysis. So if you kind of hold your mouse over it, what it does is it pulls up these tools on the side that you can actually use then to analyze your video. So first thing we want to do is we want to set up our point tool. So we want to add points to our graph. And what we also want to do then is set up our measuring stick. So if we go to set scale, what we have to do is actually click and hold on top of your meter stick. For mine, I don't have a meter stick. I have the gentleman I worked with at the lab, so I'm going to click and hold, and you're going to drag it all the way down to the bottom. So you want to make sure it's nice and straight. So when the box pops up, all of you should have your meter stick highlighted, and so you'll leave it at this 1 meter. If you have something other than this, you can't see your meter stick, the person is somehow, in the way, put their measurement in inches. So I'm going to change this to that gentleman's height. So now my computer knows how tall an object is. I'm going to push the next button and go frame by frame until the ball just leaves the woman's hand. So I'm clicking it each time and I'm waiting until the ball reaches right out of her hands. So right there. So we're going to go back to our selection tool. What we're going to do, each time we're going to try and click in the same spot on the ball. So you're going to click it, automatically it moves the ball, but notice it also is making a data points over here. So each time then click in the center of the ball, try to get to as close to the center as you can of the ball that you're using. And as you click, it's actually creating the graphs for you. So, and again, it is important, try and click right in the middle, the same spot each time on your ball. So each time you click, it does create a data point, and we want your ball to actually move. So we're going to keep going till it's about the same height as what it initially started with in her hand. Alright, so that looks about good. Next thing I need to do is I need to actually tell my graph where my 0 line is. So I'm going to take and click over here. This is your set origin. And we need to actually click on the first dot. So we want to put that dot right in the center of those crosshairs and actually click. So now it adds the yellow line so you can see that that's your 0. That would be the origin of the graph that you're making. So we have the origin, we have the endpoints. Alright, we have all of our data now over here on the left-hand side. So essentially, we're done with our graph. So we can minimize it and actually move it out of the way. And I'm going to go File, and I'm going to save this, just so that I have everything saved for my video. So save it, whatever name you would like to save it as, and click the Save button. From here, we can actually get rid of this by clicking on it and then hitting the delete button. That actually gets rid of your graph so that now you can see the graphs that it does make. So graphs that you need to make, just a little review, we want to change the things over here on the y-axis. So we want to keep the time the same, but we want to have each graph individual. So I want a graph of just the x, so I need to save this graph. I need a graph of just the y versus time, so I need to save this graph. I'm also going to do my x velocity versus time, Again, we want to save this graph, and we have y velocity versus time. So again, save the graph. So when you're done, you'll have 4 separate graphs, 4 different files that you will have graphs saved for. And that is all you have to do tonight for homework.